Hey, my name is Medusa, and I recently just passed 650 days in my Minecraft Forever world. With the nearing of 700 days, I wanted to give a full base tour since I recently just finished it up a few weeks ago. So behind me right now is technically my starter base. I had no base prior, it was just a bunch of chests, so this is my starter base. Some of the inspiration I took behind like the whole gate idea is B-dubs and Hermitcraft, and as well as the gate to Conria in Genshin if anybody knows what that is. But let's go and I'll show you the inside. So as you walk up the path, you're met with this huge kind of open grand area that when I was originally designing this place, I based it off of kind of the idea of a throne room in a castle. But I wanted the beams in normal throne rooms or cathedrals or something to be roots. So I designed, big like lush themed tree roots that kind of, keep this place up from falling down. As well as my base being pretty, in my opinion, I wanted it to be functional because I'm always going to be coming in and out of here. So I wanted everything to kind of be in one spot that I might use. Hence, a bunch of farms and, my storage room. So let's go over here. On the left side over here, I wanted it to kind of feel like everything is encased in amber because fossilized tree sap is amber. So I wanted to use the resin blocks because I thought they were a really cool block and I've never used them before, but here is home to my villager carrot and potato farm. Now on the other side of the base, we have an area that I like to call my forge, and it homes my super smelter that I've been using for a lot of glass that you'll see when we get to a deeper part of my base. But I just kind of decked it out from ideas from Pinterest or like other inspiration from people that I see on TikTok or, just online anywhere. And that's kind of where I've landed. I also have different decorative things like flowers and just like things that people would be inhabiting over here in the world. I also have statues around because technically, I am Medusa. This is my stone garden, and these awesome and amazing statues are my viewers who want to support me and sub to me on Twitch. Back here is the second kind of major area that I worked on, which was my storage room. And the whole idea is that I wanted it to go from lush fading into like, decay. Like it's almost like all the color is getting drained out of it in some like foreign kind of like, scary place. So that's kind of the vibe that I was going for. And this tree is kind of the tree of life. It is like a big, huge tree that's the center of the entire, like, I guess, pocket dimension over here. But you come down the stairs down here, and this is where most of my farms are, where they kind of take place. Again, the lush theme into like the whole dying. But back here is one of the more proud, like pretty hallways that I did. But I got like farms like my flower farm with bone meal. I've got my cactus farm that I have auto running most of the time. Something cool was trying wallpaper with bunny blocks or beeswax blocks. Oop, nobody saw that. And then back here is my sheep farm, my auto sheep farm, where they are forever kindly stuck in here and they give me all the wool that I need possible. But yeah, I want it to, kind of just feel like there's magic, like there's, other things going on here. Like it's got a life of its own. So over here on one of the other wings, I have, again, some more farms. Down the hallway, you go to the left and you have a huge sugarcane farm that helps me supply all the paper or sugar that I could need for rockets or, if I decide to, make a bunch of cakes. On this side, I have my auto pumpkin farm that, knocks them down and they fall into some chests down there. And I use this for trading with villagers to get some more emeralds and stuff. On the opposite side, I have the same similar kind of thing where it's a hallway where it's split in half, both the lush and the dying side, with a bunch of little small details around, and again with farms on either side. On the left side, I have my bamboo farm for my wood supply when I need like, sticks or just random trapdoors for other kinds of builds. And then I have my moss farm as well as a honey farm for honey blocks. Nobody saw that. Professional Minecraft player. Honey blocks and beeswax blocks. And that brings us to our final room, which is my stone garden in a sense. It is the last major room that I did before I finished up the inside of my base. And it's an area where I want to in the future put the statues of, the viewers that want to support me and stuff like that. But behind this big door is a huge kind of, I guess, another ballroom kind of type thing. Where it's full of like decaying kind of like vines and leaves, and I wanted it to feel like more sophisticated, less like messy compared to like some of the other parts of my base. So I wanted huge, big wood dyeing pillars and a fog floor that spent me hours to, make. And eventually I'll have more statues kind of scattered around and stuff. And this is pretty much the portal that's kind of sucking all the color out of the world. Again, this deals with more lore of the world and more interesting, like, kind of things that I want to think and come up with. But eventually, I think I'll expand on both sides as well. But for now, this is pretty much my base. And that's the conclusion of our base tour. This base has taken me probably 4.5 months, and I'm really proud of it. It's probably my favorite thing I've ever done in this game, and the most expansive thing that I've done in this game. It took a while. But if you're more interested in, I guess, like following me and seeing what else I do in this world and how much more I build it up, you're more than welcome to join me on both TikTok and Twitch. I stream on both platforms, and my username is Medusa_OW. But thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting me and being on this journey with me. I appreciate it so much. So, bye bye. Bye, team. Bye bye.